Alright, so let's do an Atziri run as the that's all wrong. Atziri run with life-based Mjölner to give people an idea of what that looks like. It's one of the better builds to do it, namely because of the all-res, life, fast leech, ability to mitigate gross amounts of damage. The sheer lag is a bit annoying because of discharge. Kind of learned to get past it. I mean, I'm not expecting any increased AoE, and increased AoE is kind of what makes discharge lag. Kind of the bigger it is, the more it seems to lag, is the tendency. I say lag, I'm just saying FPS drops, pretty much. What are you gonna do? Trash clearing is a joke. You can't be frozen. You have gross amounts of physical mitigation. Reflect up there, you'll see what that looks like with a Mjolner. Just keep a topaz running, and I take literally no damage because my res of lightning is sitting at, give or take, 97%. So, using legacy saffles for trash. Find it better often. You know, it's just, yeah, Val Fallen can do things to you that are going to hurt when they hit you. You can't block because of saffles. And you can make the conscious decision yourself if you want to run Rise of the Phoenix instead for trash. That is up to you. I just like saffles better. I find the things that are getting me more are the stray sparks and similar things. Single target, we like to still keep on Molten Strike if possible. It is the by far better single target spell. But we use Arc for trash, definitely. Alright, so we got the first Val fight for this. I swap out Conk Effect for Arc. We leave in the Topaz because lightning damage here is a thing. We trigger right side first. I like to swap out, personally, I put Molten Strike on the right click because it's easier to click. We could use a Val Haste if we want to. For one, our Val Haste are hitting around 12 seconds, something like that. 10, 11 seconds. Not the longest Val Haste in the world, not the shortest either. But overall, it's pretty good. We don't need one. We're gonna pop one just for argument's sake here. No flasks are popped as far as like defensively. That's a good spot to leave them. The one concern is that they kind of come up at similar times. We kind of just run around, and then we can pop a Roomies even. I popped a Topaz in case. You see, he was going to go to slap me, but I don't want that to happen. And that's that. So it's really easy to do. You get hit by things, our all-res is so high, it's almost gross. For trash, we put back in Arc, and we know we're going to be coming up to the trio fight trash. So now is actually a good time to swap out shields for the trash. It's not a huge deal. You can do this at the end, but I just do it now. Don't forget to put Lightning Strike back on for your targeting for AoE. Makes it yourself a lot easier. Where is the totem? There he is. See, we got shocked. And that's one of the downsides of, again, not using saffles and using swapping out the flask now. But nothing's really going to kill you on normal. On Uber, it's a huge difference. But then again, for Uber, you also have always having physical mitigation up. So it's all different. Now, for the trio fight, let's talk a little about going up to it. A lot of it's luck, I would have to say. Because of the current state of path, desync is still existent, and this fight overall, this whole instance is known to desync quite a large amount. Personally, I think that the trio fight is the largest kind of culprit and reason for desync in this fucking place. That being said, we can still pretty much fight through it. Lightning Coil helps a lot. Our pretty large immortal calls help a lot. Often they're close to 8 to 10 seconds, which is nice. Ours isn't even level 20, but it still gets the job done. Clearing trash is a little annoying because of how lightning strikes obstacle kind of detection works. It's a bit bummy. It's not like ground slam. It doesn't go through things. It kind of just hits things and sits there. It's often better to position yourself in large rooms and kind of walk in the middle of harm's way, because you know you're going to just trigger kill everything anyway. Like in this scenario, I walked in the middle of the room, then I decided to fight everything. At least for clearing, it makes it a little easier on yourself. Discharge's range is pretty large, but don't discount Arc's damage. It's very substantial. Now for this fight, yet again, we're going to be swapping out Conk Effect for Arc. Now you can leave Arc in if you want to. I find it kind of makes it more difficult for yourself when trying to tame the damage, since you want them to die in a specific order. Yet again, I'm going to put on Molten Strike, but in this case I'm going to swap Lightning Strike, because sometimes for trash you may need to reach out. So let's go from here. Now for this part, I like to save Valgrace for after the second one dies normally, because that's when it's kind of like crunch hour. So we can move right here, but we're going to actually walk around, so we're killing Cycloner first. We can go right here, Val Haste, go in, and start it off. Now we're sitting under the rain, which is kind of a problem. The first one died, so I like to pop Haste, and even the second one. We pop Taste of Hate again. Now we're going to swing to the last guy, and we don't have our IC running at the moment, so it's a little concerning. We may take a large amount of damage. It triggered, but just by the skin of our teeth. And there we go. Now we get out of there. That rain persists for a long time. So that's pretty much how the fight works. You can take it slow or take it fast, your choice. You're getting 30% of our physical damage is being converted to cold. That's being then mitigated by our 80 cold res. 4% of our physical damage is being converted to lightning. That's being mitigated by our 85 cold res. So a large amount of our damage is already being mitigated down a fair amount, which makes a lot of the scary things of that fight not so scary. Yes, we have 20% physical reduction just from armor, 23% evasion, and we have 24% block with Phoenix. All those things kind of help, but it's not not enough that it makes a huge difference. The raining spikes from the titty bitch in the third part, you really need to have some sort of immortal call up, or at least gross amounts of block, because that will get you. Come next patch, I'm not so sure how the interaction will be, considering people can't use their normal cast and damage taken setups. But like I said before in the guide, this version, I'm not using Enduring Cry. I don't need it, so I'm kind of going unaffected. Yes, Immortal Call's getting nerfed though. Does that change things? Yeah, to a degree. Not a vast amount. Get out of here, Noble Claw. Oh, decent hello. The real concern for people regarding Mjolner is whether it's going to go Legacy or not. You can guess all you want, you can speculate all you want. At the end of the day, a lot of things with Legacy you didn't think would, and vice versa, so hard to say. I'm hoping it's not, but there's kind of a couple different parties of thought on the matter. Even if it goes Legacy, they're saying they're increasing the attack speed. So if the attack speed goes from what it is now, which is 1.04, to say 1.2 or 1.3, that might be enough of an equalizing force that it won't really matter if the proc rate is dropped to 30%. But like all things in this game, kind of wait and trust in the game devs that they're going to make some call that seems right. I don't know if Mjolner's too expensive, too broken. I don't think it is too broken. I think it's only broken when low life, and for that I would say there's other changes you can make. It's only broken, in my opinion, because of its interaction with low life and blood rage and blood magic. Blood magic's being changed, so it's not going to be able to work the same way. Blood rage is being changed, so it's actually easier, but it doesn't work for CI the same way. So now we're at Atziri, and I have 20 plus monsters. What? Ooh, there. It's actually good since I forgot to swap flasks out. Let's do that right now. I often like to leave in one of the panic flasks, just in case you really fuck up somehow. But it's not needed. You could even put it in a rubies. You're not going to take any damage from this fight. You may be thinking, well, how the hell is that possible? Well, you'll see in a second. There's really like a little hidden cove over here of monsters. Look at this. Alright, and we got our flask back up. Yeah, you'll take no damage at all from this fight. A lot of you don't know or have done Atziri and be like, she one-shots me. How is that possible? Well, you'll see in 2 seconds. Is it still possible that I die? Yeah, this is Path of Exile. Things kill you. That's just how the game goes. But 9 times out of 10, I don't take any damage at all during this fight. So, coming into this fight, I like to do nothing but walk up here and start attacking. And now we just sit here the whole time. Alright, she went to the split phase. For the split phase, you just sit on her, and you hold down right click. Although the AoE radius of your discharge is diminished significantly, which actually helps a lot with lag, since the majority of lag from discharge comes from its AoE nonsense radius. You know, you can kind of look at it and it looks nice. But you can just sit on top of her. And we can not move the whole rest of the time, pretty much. She casts Flame Blast on me. I can face tank it. For this, I'll even use a Topaz just in case. Not needed again. So there's the mirror. Go opposite of the mirror. And now we sit here and wait for her to do things. Just put their flask down. Take no damage whatsoever. Issues the spin. She's doing various storm calls, none of which are on top of me, so I don't have to move. You can kind of see it. I know it's hard to see at times. Opposite of mirror. Fire flask up, waiting for the Seared and Sword call to come down. Pop storm call flask. Wait. Fire flask. Boom. Moving on. Now she's gonna go to split in a second here. Yeah, it's pretty customary for her to go to split after that many times. And we just hold our right click, get our flask back up. Now, if there is a crit variant of Mjolner, and it makes this fight even more of a joke because their flasks are always up because of the Surgeon's suffix, which makes it so when you crit, you flash charge. I don't have that, so you get charge recovery or increased charges. Either or work. Here we are at Atziri. Wait for desync to wear out. She's doing the storm call. Now this stuff you can sit through, although it still kind of hurts. As you can see, I did take some damage. I used a flash charge. I didn't have to, but whatever. Mirror, opposite of mirror. Choose one of each. Wait. Nothing to fear. Use some more flash charges. Move out of the way. You don't want to sit in stuff if you don't have to. You can face tank this. It's that ridiculous. And that's the fight. Like I said, you took 0 damage. I had to use this once just because of bleed. It's not really a big deal on normal, on Uber. You might not even want to run that. But it's a pretty standard deal with Mjolner. Again, I didn't use any of my Valhaces or Valkraces. They're not needed whatsoever. That about sums up the place, though. It's really a joke for Mjolner builds. Having this much res, this much physical mitigation between Taste of Hate, between Lightning Coil, that is in turn mitigated by your ridiculous amounts of res, and the sheer damage that you can attain by Conk Effect, level 21, Mjolner's proccing Discharge is proccing all the time. It's a great build for Atziri, great build for boss killing, and it's not crit based, so there's that. The only thing is the ridiculous stat requirement that you have to go in all these insane places around the tree for, and to get rings, you know, like this that have up to 50 dex and int on them, because you're so desperate for those stats. That about wraps it up, though. That was Atziri with a life-based Mjolner build. Not a cheap build by any means, not an inexperienced player's build by any means. They see all these resistance class, they think, how do you survive? You just saw how. As always, I'm Matt Lighty, and if any questions, comments, concerns, message me here, Twitch, YouTube preferably. And obviously check out the guide in the description below, and I will see you guys later.